Hey everybody, Jason Allen here. Welcome back to the channel. So here is part 4 of the CNC tutorial for Stratocaster guitar using Vectric Aspire and Fusion 360. So we're on to the next, so let's get started. Of course, you want to open Aspire and Fusion 360. And then you want to make your way to your internet browser and again go to the Electric Herald. Go to Guitar Templates, page 2, Stratocaster Templates, and you want the first one on the list under PDF format. Fender Stratocaster Complete Plans. I'm going to download that and save it somewhere where you can remember where it's at. Open up Aspire, create new file, and then this is where you'll specify your material size. For your neck, we're going to do a double-sided. I'm using 3/4 inch, or 3/4 inch maple blanks, and so I'm going to do thickness 3/4, height 5 inches, width 30 inches. You want your datum position lower left, and I flip horizontal. So hit OK, and that's just for the neck. Fretboard is going to be a separate piece. Okay, so now you go File, Import, Import Vectors. Find that file that you just saved, that you downloaded from Electric Herald. Drop that in and then drag it, click on it, left click and drag it so that the top view of the the neck rather, is on your material. Go ahead and remove any empty layers. So you right click, pull this down here. This is a pull down menu, and then I right click and delete empty. And then change this to a different color. Rename it Stratocaster Plans, or whatever you want to name it. It's fine. Okay, so go ahead and delete this. Select that and delete it. Select this and delete that. Select this. Right click on it, move to layer, new layer, complete guitar. And then come over here to rotate, do -90, and then drag it over top of this so that it lines up exactly. See how it just snapped? Those points just snapped. Oops, not quite yet. There we go. So it snapped to that point, so we're exactly, because we want these string locations. Okay. So then select the back view, right click on it, move to other side. And then flip to the back, grab that you just moved here, and then mirror selected, transform objects, mirror selected, flip vertical. And then drag that so that it's right on top of There, see how it snapped? So it's right on top of the front layer, the front view. Okay, and then you want to move a couple things to the front, so click on that contour, shift, click that, right click on those and copy to other side. And then come up here and flip around. And then you want these strings. So click, just select the strings, right click, and we'll do copy to layer. We'll do new layer, and we'll do neck profile. Come up here to plans, pull down, neck profile, and we'll change the color. We'll do green, and we can turn off the Stratocaster complete guitar. You just click those little light bulbs, and then you want to be on the Stratocaster plans layer, make that active just by clicking on it, and then click the headstock, hold shift, click the neck, hold shift, click this contour, click the first fret, hold shift, you want to select, all this stuff, so shift and click the 12th fret, shift and click this heel contour, and then shift and then drag out here so you're just getting the strings. Oh wait, no, those are already on a different, those are already on the layer that we want, so we don't need those. So we right click here and then copy to layer, neck profile. Okay, so that should be, then come up here, hit the light bulb for Stratocaster plans, and then see what we got. Yep. So we got the headstock, this contour, first fret, the neck itself, the heel with this contour, 12th fret, and then the strings. So then we need to do a little housekeeping here, so we're going to delete these extra lines with the strings. So we got just a single line from the strings, and then this line we don't want. It's attached to the neck, so we're going to come over here to Edit Objects, Node Editing Mode, right click on that corner, cut vector, right click, cut vector, select the part you just isolated, delete it. Then come over here, click on this arc. This is the beginning of this arc. This is supposed to be part of a straight line, but it's actually a polyline. So let's right click here and cut vector, then select that little piece and delete it. Do the same over here. Click on that, right click here, cut vector, click that and delete it. Then come back to the heel, click on the outside edge, and then click here, cut vector, select down here, right click on that node, cut vector. The reason is these are supposed to be lines, but they're actual splines. So we want to delete these and put actual lines in here. So come over here to Create Vectors under the Drawing tab, click Draw Line, snap to that point, stretch all the way over to this point here and click, and then right click. Oops, we're not on the right. Undo that. You want to make sure you're on the right. The right layer is active. So turn off Stratocaster plans and make sure you're on neck profile. Not sure what happened there. I thought I was on the right layer. So draw, then snap to that curve, the end of that curve, and then drag it over and then snap right there. There we go. And then right click it. Okay, now that's correct. So then back over here to line, click on that point, drag it to here and click on that point and right click. Okay. And then you can join that, so if you want to click on the headstock, hold shift, click on the outside edges, and then click that. Then you can come over here to edit objects under the drawing tab, hit join, and close. Now it's a complete shape. Okay, so then another thing is you want to click on that contour, click node editing mode, grab that and just drag it till it clicks on the edge there. You don't really need that contour actually, but we'll just leave it there for the time being. And then you want to draw a line. Let's move this back a little bit. Yeah, right about there is fine. Okay, so now you want to draw a line. So we're going to come over here, drawing line, and you want to start it right about here where this arc meets this one. So right about here is good, and drag it over to right about where that is, and then right click. So that line there. That'll make sense here in a little bit. Okay, there you go. So let's see, then we can also we also need a line here to the right of the 12th fret. And then we need a line to let's say, need a couple lines here. We need a line here slightly to the right of the 1st fret. It doesn't really matter how long it is. Make sure you snap onto the outside. Right click. And then you need one more right about, actually you need two more, so you put one right about here, and one right about here. Okay, it's because you're going to draw, you're going to extrude those down and then draw your arcs, so that'll make sense in a little bit. Those are just kind of guidelines. It's easier to draw it in Vectric than it is to do it in Fusion. Okay, so grab that, all that stuff, and hit File, Export, SVG, and then save it somewhere where you remember where you've saved it, so you can find it easy. Then we'll go into Fusion, go to Top Down, Insert, SVG. Insert from my computer, the file that you just saved, the SVG you just saved, and then click on this plane. Make sure your top view. Click on that plane. And then before you do anything, come over here to Insert SVG, Scale Plane XY, and type in 96.08, and hit OK. Then select the whole thing, come over here to Constraints, and click that padlock. Right click, hit OK. Come over here to Sketches, click on that sort of arrow, right click on that sketch, rename, and call that Reference, and then hit Finish Sketch. Okay, so now we're going to draw our heel. So go to Create, Create Sketch, click on this plane, and then see how it kind of fades this out, so it's kind of like an onion skin, so you can start drawing. So you want to create arc, 3-point arc, and you want to snap to the ends of these arcs. See how it turns to a box with a little dot? That that tells you you're on the node, on the point. So click there, drag it over till you snap there, click again, and then set the middle point and make sure it snaps to that arc underneath. And the reason we're redrawing it is because Fusion does funky things when you don't use good geometry. It's really hard to explain, but trust me on it, it's easier to redraw it. So then do the same for this big arc. Find that point, snap to the middle, and again here. Okay. And then you want to draw, go to Line, snap to that end, and then draw a line all the way over till you see, snap to that point. And then do the same thing here at the bottom. Okay. And then hit Enter. Oops. Got a little extra there. Delete that. Okay, so now you want to create your own arcs for, we're going to round these corners off. We're going to radius these corners. So come over here to Line, snap on that point, drag it down here, snap to that point, and hit OK. Oops, I keep drawing an extra line. Darn it, hit Delete. Okay, so now go ahead and use your line tool and snap to that point. Come over here until you find this node, snap to that, right click OK. Line tool again, snap there, come over here and snap to there, right click OK. Alright, so now you're going to draw a radius circle. So just anywhere you want to draw the point, and then start dragging the mouse and see the numbers. So you want to enter 0.25 and then click on it. And then you can actually click and, click on it. Yeah, click and hold, and you can drag it close to these lines. And then you want to come over here to Tangent, click on the circle, and then click on the, make sure it's highlighted, and then click on the edge of the, see how it's, this is a symbol for tangent, so it's now tangent with that line. So click on the circle again, and then hit this line, now it's tangent with that line. So now you're coming off this line, and you're tangent, and it's gonna, and then we're going to trim all that other stuff that we don't want. So then now let's do another one, 1/4 inch, 0.25. Click it, click and hold so you can drag it so it's fairly near what you're snapping to. Hit Tangent, and then hit this line. Click on the circle again, and then select that line. So now that's tangent. Okay, so now you can come over here to trim, and you can see how it highlights the bits, bits you don't want. So then just click, and it will delete. So remove that. So you just want you remove that little line there. Actually, you can remove this whole big line too. So you just want the arc. This isn't a thing to click on. It's just the leftover diameter. It's telling you that there's a, see, now you just got like a quarter or a third of that in the line, if that makes sense. And then come over here and do the same thing. So you're still in the trim tool. Click on that, click on that, click on that, click the line, click that little line. So all you're left with is the arc and the line. Okay, so now we want to create an arc between those 2 points. So go to Create, Arc, 3-point arc. Click there. Make sure it snaps so that box, click there, and then click there, and then you see it just turned solid. So hit enter. See, so now you got a solid. Okay, so we can highlight this. So come on over here, hit Finish Sketch, right click on the sketch you just made, hit Rename, type in Heel. Then turn off reference, the little eyeballs there, turn the layers on and off. So see, you can select that face. If you come over here to this box, you can rotate it around. Okay, that's sort of your world view. So click on that face, the heel face. Come over here to extrude under the solid. See, there's solid, surface, mesh, sheet metal, blah, blah, blah. So you want to be in solid. You want to extrude and grab that arrow and bring it back, bring it down. And then see, this number turns to negative. So you want to type in negative 0.75 and hit enter. So there's your heel. And then come over here to surface. Just click surface and then highlight these faces on the inside of the heel that points toward the headstock, like delete those. So we want like an empty piece. See, it opened that front up. See, it's like an open box now. Okay, so now go home. Click reference so that comes back up. Go to top. And we're going to create a sketch. So go to solid, create sketch, and then click on this plane. You want to be top down. Click on that plane. And then we're going to trace this box here. So use your lines and make sure it snaps with the box around it. And then continue to draw. Make sure it snaps to those boxes. Hit OK. Right click and hit OK. See, now you just created, you can see that it's closed, like a closed shape. So hit Finish Sketch. Come over here to the sketches, right click, hit Rename, and we'll type in 12th fret, sorry, 12th fret. Turn off reference, grab this and turn it so that you can see it on an angle. Go to extrude, oops, you want to click in it. I don't know why it clicked out. Then grab the arrow and drag it down so it's a negative number, and we're going to want negative 0.6296. And then this face right here, the left side of that box, that's where we're going to draw our first C shape at the 12th fret for the neck. Okay, so now go back home, turn on the reference layer, go to top, and then we're going to create this first fret box. And we can do it to the right of this. So let's create sketch, zoom out so you can see the plane over here. You want to be top view, click that plane, zoom back over here, click line, and then click here, and then drag it over till it makes sure it snaps. Okay, and then right click and OK, and you'll know that you know that it's closed when you hover over it and it turns blue. Okay, so hit finish sketch, right click on sketch 4, rename first fret, grab top and angle it, come over here to solid to extrude, click on that, whoops, turn off reference, click in that middle of that so that it turns blue and you get the arrow, and then start dragging that down, and these numbers turn negative, and then in there you want to do negative 0.58 and hit enter. And then on this front face you're going to draw your C shape for your first fret. Okay, so sort of angle it over so that you can see this face of that first fret box, the right side of it, and go to create sketch, and click right on that face. See how it highlights that face? So you're going to draw right on that face. See it rotated right around for you. So then click this little sort of arrow next to bodies and right click on body 1 and rename that heel. Click on body 2, right click and rename that 12th fret. And body 3, which is the one we're on, rename that first fret. Okay, so then you can turn heel and 12th fret off and zoom in on this, and you want to be on the inside corner, and you want to come up to spline, and you want to snap to that corner. Zoom out, click another point right about here, come down to the bottom, to the middle. You'll see it turns into it creates a little triangle. If you can see that, it's hard to see, it's not blue on blue, but it turns into a triangle. Go ahead and click there. That triangle means you're at the center. Then click another point that's a similar distance down across from that point, and then back up to this corner. Right click, hit OK. Okay, and then see these handles. You want to grab the handle, you want to be on that point, you want to highlight that point, grab this handle and move it until it snaps to that straight edge. And do the same thing over here. Click on this point until it brings up the handle, grab the bottom of that handle and drag it over until it snaps. So there's your C shape. So let's kind of make that a little bit more of a C. That looks pretty good. And then you'll be able to highlight it blue. So that means it's closed. So then come over here to finish sketch, and then sketch 5, we'll rename that to 12th. Oh, first fret. No, 12th fret. What were we? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think we're first fret. Yep, first fret. I don't know why this one's called first fret. Oh, that was the box, the top of the box. So let's call this rename first fret C. Okay, now go to top view, rotate that around, and then click on 12th fret up here in under bodies, and then kind of drag it so you can see the left side of that shape. Go to create sketch. Oops, I had something highlighted. Because if you have something highlighted, it assumes you've selected that as the plane. So go ahead and undo that sketch. Don't have anything selected. Now go create sketch, and then click on this left side of this 12th fret box. Okay. So you can turn off first fret body, you can turn off first fret C shape under sketches so that you just have this 3D shape. Right click on it and rename it 12th fret C. Come over your spline and snap to that corner and do the same thing as you did. Find the middle, click here, and then click on that point. Right click OK, grab the handle, snap it to the edge so it's straight up and down. And then drag those to where you want them so that your neck, so this is the cross section of your neck at the 12th and 1st fret. So however you want to contour that to make it comfortable for you or whatever. Okay, hit finish sketch. Okay, go to home up here in your view. Turn off the 12th fret body. Turn on 1st fret C sketch. Create, loft, click on that face, click on this face, there we go. We can just delete these ends, we don't need those, so hit OK. And then change to surface, click on this face and delete it. See, it turns into a tube now. And then do the same thing with the end of this one, so hit delete. So now you got like a tube. See, you can see through it. Okay, so turn on the heel. So now you want to join the heel to the neck. So we're going to get top-down view. We're going to solid create sketch. Click on this plane, you have a top view, click on that plane. You want to, under create, you want to select project include, project to surface. And then you want to rotate to the bottom. And faces should be highlighted, so you want to click that, click this, click that, and click that. So you've got the bottom of your heel selected and the bottom curve of the neck selected as faces. Oops. Okay. So now, under curves, you want to click select. And then you want to turn on this reference so you can see these strings. And then you want to click these strings. Just 6 strings. You don't want to click the outside lines, just the strings, the 6 strings. And then zoom in on these lines here. So you want this arc. You want that point. Oops. What's going on here? Oh, heel. You want to be on heel. Undo, whoops, not undo the whole thing. So go back to create, project include, project to surface, select those faces. You want to be on the bottom view, select the bottom heel, select that, select that, select that. Go to curves, select, you want to turn on reference, you want to select these strings, just the strings, the 6 strings, not the outside lines. And then you want to turn off reference, turn on heel, and you might want to turn off the 3D heel too so you can see. So you just want these blue lines. So select these blue lines. Okay. And see it's projecting up here, so it's red up there. Okay. So now under project type, along vector, turn off projection link. Review, turn on your heel 3D layer. Make sure that project direction is highlighted, and then select this upright line. See, and it projected those lines onto those surfaces, and then hit OK. Okay, so now you're still in edit mode, so come over here to spline. You want to zoom in on this corner, make sure it turns to a box, click, and then drag it down to this bottom corner. See where the bottom of that arc meets the top of the neck. Click there and then hit enter. So you're creating splines from those string points. So back to fit spline, click there, make sure it turns into the box, otherwise you're not snapped onto that. Hit enter, spline, now repeat that for each string and make sure you're on the line of the string, that projected line that you created, otherwise it will not work right. So fit spline, click, drag it over, click, enter, spline, click, click, enter. And then when you get over here, you can rotate it a little bit so you can see what you're doing. Spline again, end of that string line that's projected over here to this one. Hit enter, and then one more. Right there in this corner. Down to the bottom corner. Okay. Now zoom out so you can see what you did, and then come over here to tangent. Click the spline and then click the edge of that. See, that turns that, makes it tangent with those lines. So tangent and then that line. Tangent, that line, tangent, that line, tangent, that line. Do that for each of the strings and then the outside edge. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. That sometimes happens. Okay, cancel that one. See, I don't know what's going on here. Click on that tangent and delete it. See how this has got that little weird shape there? That's a constraint, they call it. So click on that. Oops, I'm in edit mode now. Tangent. Sometimes things just sometimes don't work in this program. I don't know, it's really weird. So I'm going to delete this and start again. See this little circle there, that point? Go ahead and delete it. Highlight it if you have to. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's just weird the way things work or don't work in this program. So let's create another spline there and see if we can get it to work. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense why it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. All right, spline or tangent, tangent. No, it's, so it gives you a warning. It just says compute failed. Failed to solve. Please try revising dimensions or constraints. I've done this a million times and it's worked every single time except for this time. So I have no idea. So we'll finish the sketch. And I have no clue why that isn't working. But this line is purple for some reason, which I don't know what that means. So let's go to our heel and right click and hit Edit Sketch. That could be what's going on. There's reference. It could be, okay, so let's try this. Let's go back, finish sketch. Go back to, let's rename that sketch that we just created, heel transition, and turn off reference and turn off heel both so that you're just on the view, you know, the layer with the string lines in it. You can leave the 3D layers on, that's fine. So right click over that heel transition layer, hit Edit Sketch. See, and there's a red icon for the tangent. We don't want that because it's wrong, so we delete that. So, okay, so click on this line, right click on it, and delete coincident, just in case. Because there's some constraint or coincidence or something going on there that it doesn't like. So, okay, let's try it again. We'll tangent, click on that line, come over here to this, click on that, and it deleted it. I have no idea. No idea. Hit cancel. Wow. So it deleted the line. Yeah. Okay. I have no idea why it did that. No clue. This is like literally like the seventh or eighth time I've created this to try to do this tutorial. This part has worked every single time except right now. So I'm not sure why it isn't working. Try it again. Tangent, click that, and it doesn't work. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. So let's draw. Well, I can't change anything because if you change things after the fact, it really messes everything up. So we need a line there for that to create a tangent spline too. So let's see, what can we do? We can do 12th fret C. So let's highlight 12th fret C, edit sketch. Go to your home view, go to top view, angle it a little bit, find that point, grab a line, click on that end point, then come over here and click on that point. Right click, hit OK. Now maybe, actually turn on 1st fret C also. Actually, you can just get rid of that line you created. So that's really all we need. So go to Home, turn on 12th fret C sketch, turn on 1st fret C sketch, go to your line tool, and you're in edit mode on 12th fret C. Click on this point and come over here and click on that point. Right click, hit OK. Finish sketch. Okay, so that hopefully we can create a tangent to. Okay, hit top, rotate around to the bottom. Let's turn off heel and body. Turn on 12th fret C, and see how some things, there's something to do with the color codes too. See how there's a purple node here? We'll highlight that and delete it because that's some kind of a constraint. See, now it's not purple anymore. I'm not sure what those, whoops, what those mean. It's like a, I don't know. Okay, let's try it again. So here's our blue line. So make sure you're in the heel transition, right click on it, edit sketch, rotate this so you can see what you're doing. Hit spline, click on that point, come over here, click on that point, hit enter. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, click tangent, click here, and click that blue line. Make sure it turns blue. And it didn't work. It doesn't want to, I mean, it did an error, but it didn't work. It's not tangent. I have no idea what's going on. Why that isn't working. No clue. No clue. No clue whatsoever. I don't know. Like I said, it's worked every single time. I've been doing, like, literally been doing this for 3 days. I've been trying to do this tutorial, and it's nothing but problem after problem where I hit these weird roadblocks that just, and then you Google to try to find out some information about it, and there's no information. Nobody has the same problem that you do. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I suppose I could draw the spline in reverse. Click here, hit enter, tangent, click here, and here. And it worked. I don't know. Okay. All right, well, at least it worked. Got it to work. I don't know. That's why using this program kind of sucks, but it's the best that I've found. I mean, Blender is like, you need a pilot's license to use Blender, and Aspire just doesn't give you the control that you need to make these contours. Okay, so now this is where things get a little tricky. Also, we're going to create, oh, we want to be on surface, create loft. And you want to click these lines that you just made. See how it's kind of filling them in? And you want to do them in order. Okay. Okay. So then come over here to rails and click that button, and then make sure your 12th fret C shape is active or is on. See how it turns blue? The whole arc turns blue. Okay, that worked. Sometimes this doesn't work. And then come over here to these blue lines. There, it worked. There you go. Hit OK. That's your heel transition. So turn on body's heel. What is that? That's the neck. Let's right click on that and rename that neck. And then this is your transition, your heel transition. So rename that heel transition. Okay. So now flip it over so you get the top view, and we want, and then turn on heel because we want these lines, because we're going to close this in. So I think we have to loft that, or can we do it? Yeah, we're going to have to loft that. Or we could do these reference pieces. I don't want all those pieces though. So let's try to patch it. No, you can't. When you patch, it has to be, you have to be able to select the whole thing. So let's try to loft that. Create, loft, click, click, and it filled it in. And hit OK. Okay. All right, so that's good. So now we need to loft these sides. See how the sides are open? So you need to create, loft, click here, and click here. See, it closed it in. And then hit OK. And then flip it to the other side and do the same thing. Create, loft, click here, and there. There. And hit OK. Okay. So there you go. Now it's one piece. So come over here to surface, stitch, click and drag over this whole heel. See, those things will turn green. It's not going to do it to everything, but it's going to stitch the, there you go, the sides to the, oop, this is all one piece. Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't want to do that. It lofted to this whole, I was afraid of that. Let's go back. You can actually go back to that point where we lofted this. So let's see if we can just loft this middle. Create, loft. I suppose we could try it with these lines. There we go. There we go. Now hit OK. Now go and loft these inside. If you right click now on the timeline, delete all features after history. Now we're going to loft again and we'll redo these. There we go. Yeah, we didn't want that lofted across the whole neck because we already did the neck, and we don't want to extend past this point here. Okay, so rotate this and then loft, create loft, click here, click there, there, and hit OK. All right, now try to stitch. Stitch, select all that, that's better. think we can stitch this and that together. And then we can stitch this and that together. Yep. There. See, now we have one continuous piece. Okay, so this is totally going to be really long, so I'm going to stop here, and we're going to do part 5 where we model the headstock. So we'll continue on, because this is already almost an hour long. So okay, so we'll turn the next part of this, we'll turn this into a 2-parter. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.